just before we do any sort of formal introduction,
could we all make sure we're speaking into a microphone?
we've got... Well, there is that, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, that's my bad. I will try and keep it in situ.
We've got an announcement to make.
In situ?
Yeah.
The boys are going on tour.
Yeah, we
well,
are.
2 of the boys are going on tour. The boys are going on tour for some winter golf in Portugal over the Christmas break.
Yeah,
You find that you got it all booked?
All booked.
Yeah.
All
When you
done.
off?
2nd of Jan.
2nd of Jan.
Nice.
3 nights.
Yep.
Limited golf.
Yep.
All sorted, mate. Flights, hotel,
Lovely.
booked, all in, aren't we?
Transfers, everything done.
We're considering, after the success of the Break 50 that we shot a few weeks ago, and I know we said that we was going to do more of that, but the weather has been absolutely diabolical. So maybe November's not a good time to start golf footage.
No, it's probably fair.
But we're thinking about getting some footage out there in Portugal as well for golf goals and grapplers.
Going to do a break 49.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
on 18 holes.
Scramble.
So yeah, probably
Got a
not
lot of
all
practice
3
again.
days because you want to enjoy it, but we'll shoot some footage
Yeah,
out
we'll
there.
get
What we
some.
do with
Yeah,
scramble and stuff.
We could do a.
Be nice to see
we could
some.
do one each and then do one together.
Yeah. What do you mean?
You still talking about
So
golf?
can Bull break 50?
Yeah. Front 9.
Front 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if we do 9,
Yeah.
so obviously we'll do one for 18 together, and then we'll do a 9-hole each. Can we break 50?
You're putting in some prep as well because you're hammering the lessons.
Yes,
Are
I
you
am.
really?
Yep.
He's going into Portugal as heavy favourite.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Yep.
This is the Manchester City of our golf calls and grapplers team. Talking of Manchester City.
Speaking of Manchester City, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Golf Goals and Grapplers, Season 2, Episode 7.
Correct.
7.
Ooh,
Football.
the glorious game.
Football. Christmas period is all about football. So this pod is going to be about golf. Just kidding. It's about football. So
We've actually got loads to get through.
we have got loads to get through, but I've done some prep.
Same.
Hey, I've done some prep this
You've
time.
done some further prep, haven't you?
I've done some further
All
prep.
right,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
I went back.
SWAT.
I want this to be as good as possible. That's why I've done some prep.
Well, we've got a long way to go
Why
for
don't you
that.
take yourself out of it then?
What a cunt.
Oh, God.
It's becoming standard practice this
I know.
Yeah, it is.
Jesus Christ.
We should do like a tally.
C-bomb bingo. Let's see what...
Yeah.
There wouldn't be a need for a tally because it'd just be you with the word CUNT next to it and a tally chart. We'd be zeros.
Anyway, we did a Premier League prediction table at the start of the season.
Oh, yeah, we did, yeah.
So, 16 games in. This has been recorded on the 15th of December, just for context.
Who's top of the league?
Liverpool are top of the league. What song's that?
Hey.
Why the fuck are you singing darts?
Why
I
not?
thought it was You'll Never Walk Alone.
It's a jolly song. I'm celebrating. I'm
Jolly.
reveling in the fact that we're top because we haven't been top for a long time. So
It's a jolly song. Anyway, so we'll go through the Premier League table first, and then I'll tell you how many positions we've got right so far.
I mean, okay.
should we do?
I mean, I felt like you were about to say something else then.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost irrelevant at this point how many positions we've got right so far, isn't it?
No, what?
No,
fucking
I
do it
think
then.
it's. I think
I don't mean
yeah.
that.
Fucking hell. I've
No,
done all this prep and then it's
Do you know what, Bullet? I'll give you this for once. That's actually pretty. I like it. I think it's good that we can see how shit our predictions are already.
Yeah.
And then I think we do this at the end of the season, and I think we talked about this before, but there's some sort of forfeit for the person who's got the least right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we know what that forfeit is?
No, we'll think about it along the way, and if any listeners want to suggest some forfeits, we'll think about them.
If any listeners want to get some more shit jelly beans and send them our way.
No, jelly beans are off
Game
the.
over.
Yeah, we've done that.
No more jelly
We've
beans.
done no
What
more
about-
jelly beans.
What about chili chocolate?
No.
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 Nothing that involves me putting dog food in my mouth.
All right.
To be fair, anything that's gonna make Chris cry would be. I'd take that on board.
I haven't cried since 1987.
Yeah, we've established the fact if you go back and listen to the pod where we give each other 3 words to describe each other, we've established that Chris is
Dead.
unempathetic.
He's dead.
And we've established that you can't think of 3 words to describe me. But anyway, digress.
It's too much prep.
I can.
I know you can. Wet.
True.
That still stands.
That was one of them.
That still stands.
That was one of them. Anyway, let me run quickly through the Premier
on.
League table.
You look like Ange Postecoglou.
I'll take that.
He doesn't look that good.
Ange cool, man. Ange's cool. I like
He
Ange.
is cool.
Right, so we've got Liverpool top, Arsenal second, Villa third, Man City fourth, Spurs, Man United, Newcastle, then Brighton in 8th, West Ham 9th, Fulham 10th, Brentford 11th, Chelsea 12th, Wolves, Bournemouth, Palace, Forest, and then Everton 17th, bit of a caveat for them, Luton 18th, Burnley 19th, and Sheffield United 20th. Chris, how many have you got right in the right positions so far?
First of all, can I just say, Everton would be in the top half if it weren't for that points deduction.
Yeah, they would.
They're actually strung a few wins
yeah.
together now, aren't they? Looking.
Also, this year, the league so far has been a decidedly average standard across all teams because Liverpool have been bang average and they're top of the league.
Yeah.
Like, no one's amazing this year.
Liverpool,
But I like that.
Liverpool have got 18 points from losing positions.
I know, mate. That
Yeah.
is insane, that. Because that luck will run out
Yeah.
if you keep doing that.
It will, but I think that's encouraging that we're not performing well, but we're still grinding out results in some fashion.
Yeah.
That's encouraging because we don't normally do that.
I want to come to that in a second because I want us to go through a quick overview on each team.
Right, okay.
But
how many do I think?
How many have you got?
3.
Correct.
Thank you.
That is Brentford, Bournemouth, and Sheffield United.
I've got Sheffield United as bottomed in. I
That's
remember
correct.
that. I think you boys had Luton as bottomed in, yeah.
That is
3,
also
is that
correct.
it, mate? That's
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, but mate, it's irrelevant.
16 games
It's
into
November.
the season.
Mr. 3 will say that though, won't he? Mr. 3 will say it's
He will,
irrelevant
he
at this
will.
point.
If he had 12 right, he'd be like, yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Bang on. How many have you got right, Christian?
0.
That is incorrect.
Oh, have I got some right?
Yes.
Higher or lower than him?
I ain't telling you.
Please be higher. 4.
No.
5.
2.
Bollocks.
And they are
Bollocks. Yeah, it's irrelevant, this.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
irrelevant.
Yeah.
They
It's
are
relevant.
bullshit.
Brighton and Brentford.
Nice.
I also have 2 correct.
So I'm in the lead. So
And
this
they
is
are-
actually quite relevant. Then.
Fuck's sake.
And they are Newcastle and Everton.
Yeah, but Everton, you won't have that right, would you? So that technically you got 1.
Couple of shout outs on behalf of Bullis in terms of, I know they're not exactly in the right position, but he called a couple of good shouts. Villa.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
shout from him.
Yeah, I did.
You had him in 5th, didn't you?
I did have them in 5th. No, I had them 6th. Sorry.
6th.
Yeah.
But you were sucking Villa's dick all through that
I
episode.
was sucking.
Yeah.
I was sucking
Slurp,
Villa's.
slurp.
I was sucking Villa's dick. And do you know what? I am absolutely bang on with that.
Also, in terms of the opposite of you being bang on, me and him both had Everton to push on this season, and you had Everton to like skin of their teeth, and you were ripping into Everton saying that they ain't got a good enough squad to stay up and all the rest of it. But they've been very good this season.
And like you said,
Te-
without the points deduction, which still could
Yep.
be changed.
Yep.
I won't lie. Technically, I'm still right, and they might go into administration, so I'd be even more right.
Yeah, but your initial argument wasn't that they were going to go into administration.
Yeah, that they're just going to play shit.
My
It was
initial-
that they
my
said they had
initial
a
argument-
squad barely good enough to stay up.
My initial argument was they will be in a relegation fight, and they are.
Yeah. Shall I tell you about some absolute shockers that we had? I mean, one for me, but I had Chelsea in 2nd.
Yes.
I think I had Chelsea quite high as well. I thought there was going to be a resurgence
Me
of Chelsea.
and you had Chelsea in 4th.
Yeah.
And you had Chelsea in 2nd. And
What
they
is
are
going on
12th.
there?
I mean,
What is going on there?
no idea.
What a weird situation.
They've got a busload of injuries. They've got a massive squad, and they've got no forwards.
The only thing I can relate to on this is Football Manager. Because I do the same thing on Football Manager every year. The best thing about Football Manager is buying and selling players. And often at the end of the year, I will offload all my old players, like the ones that are over 30s or coming to the end of the career, and I'll buy maybe 10 or 12 new players, and you always start shit.
I'm throwing this out there. I fucking love Football Manager.
Fucking I do as well.
I absolutely love Football
Do you
Manager.
know what, though? This is a bit of a side note on Football Manager. I always play the mobile one because I ain't got the time to get the laptop out, go through all the press conferences and all that type of shit. So I play the mobile one. And this year they've changed it where you can only play it if you've got a Netflix subscription.
Why is that?
You usually you can buy the game for like £7.
Yeah.
But they just said this year the game's free to download, but you can only play it if you've got a Netflix subscription, which I think is about absolute bollocks.
Why? Because you ain't got one.
Yeah.
Whereas if you had one, you'd be buzzing. Just save
yeah.
$7.99.
I've got it. I've got it on laptop. And
You'd be paying £7.99 a month.
Yeah, but you're also getting Netflix.
Yeah, but
Exactly. Yeah.
we don't need Netflix
Well, yeah.
What are you pointing at my TV for? Because you don't need Netflix.
because it's built in.
What, Netflix?
Yeah, it's built into that, isn't it?
All the channels are built
Yeah,
into
yeah.
Bullis'
all
television.
the channels.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
How much do you pay for your Sky nowadays? Just out of interest.
My Sky?
Yeah.
For about 95 quid a month.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, same.
95 quid a month, and, you know.
Which is why I don't want to get Netflix as well.
Yeah.
That's with TNT Sports and, like, Optus Sports and
It's pretty
all
reasonable.
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Very, very reasonable.
So
what's next with Istanbul? Where are you going with this?
So I want to touch on. We don't have to go through every team because some teams will just be like, don't give a shit. But I want to touch on some teams because there are some teams that are doing really, really well. Some teams underperforming, and I'm going to start from the bottom.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Who sings that?
You.
Started
Drake.
from the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool enough for that shit. So we know.
So it's Cardio and it's Chris that we shared.
We know Sheffield United were down there. We knew Burnley would be down there. Chris, you had Burnley in
17th.
17th, yeah.
I'm reasonably happy with that. I think they'll stay up.
Do you?
I think they'll do enough.
Do you really?
Yeah, I think there'll be that one team like that West Brom that do the miracle escape every year.
To be fair, me and Christian had Burnley in 16th.
Did you? Do
Yeah.
you think they'll stay up now still
No.
then? You think they'll go down?
I think they're gone.
Really?
I think it's difficult. I think there was all this expectation, wasn't there, with Company as manager that they were going to play this silky football, and it's just not really happened, has it?
Yeah,
They've
but I
just
said
not
this
really
on
hit the
last
ground
pod.
running.
I don't care how good you are at football in the Championship. When you come up to the Premiership, you've got the ball 25% of the time,
Yeah.
not 75.
Yeah, I get that.
I will say, just a team that's down there, Luton, especially at home, have performed really well.
They've started to. They were getting absolutely trashed at the start, weren't they? But now they're actually starting to hold their own a little bit.
We said this though. We said if they turn their little boxy stadium into a little bit of
Yeah.
a fortress and get after the teams,
It's
they'll
difficult,
take some
isn't it?
points.
Yeah.
Especially your bigger boys as well. Like they seem to be getting playing well against. Well, they played well against us and got a result.
Yeah,
Nearly got a result against City.
yeah.
Nearly got a result
Nearly
against
got
Arsenal.
against Arsenal. Nearly got a result against Spurs with that last minute
In
goal.
fairness, they beat Everton away from home as well.
Yeah.
They've now got all the big teams out the way.
Yeah.
So if they play sides around them, they might take points.
Yeah.
I think the bigger teams just seem to struggle at grounds like that, though, don't they? Because they're used to this massive infrastructure, and it just when they're so enclosed like that, it just doesn't suit them, does it?
It's like a windy Tuesday night in Stoke.
Yeah.
I
Getting
have-
ready in a fucking metal box at the
Someone,
back of the
yeah.
stadium.
someone's
yeah.
kitchen.
I hate like grounds like Fulham where you've got to walk across the
Yeah,
pitch.
I
Like,
hate
stop
Fulham.
being poor.
I hate Fulham. A
Stop
couple
being
of other
poor.
teams that I want to mention near the bottom are Wolves and Bournemouth.
I had Wolves to go down.
You did have Wolves to go down, and to be fair, so did I.
Yeah.
And
Where did I have them?
you had Wolves 15th,
Where are they?
13th.
Not bad.
Wolves and Bournemouth. Bournemouth certainly over the last 4 weeks, maybe. They smashed Man United at Old Trafford last
Good
week.
result at weekend.
Great
yeah,
result. They
Very
played
good.
really well. They're playing really good football. And Wolves as well have been bang unlucky with VAR. They've been so unlucky with VAR and some decisions that have gone against them.
Gary O'Neill's done well, mate.
He's done very well.
Because they were in free fall. That's why we put them down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They lost their manager at the 2 days before the start of the season. They'd sold loads of players.
Because
They've
they
got
lost
no
a few
money.
key players.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's gone in there and he's worked absolute wonders.
Because he came from Bournemouth, didn't he, Gary
He
O'Neill?
did,
He got sacked from Bournemouth, didn't he?
Bournemouth. Iraola's doing well at Bournemouth though. His players are buying into what he's doing.
The last time we did a bit of a roundup, Spurs were top. I don't know if
That's
you remember
true.
me saying
Yeah.
this. Spurs
Yeah,
were top
yeah.
of the league, right? They lost 4 out the next 5.
Yeah.
And they're now out of the title race.
All it takes is injuries, don't it? And that's all it takes. Spurs have had a busload of injuries. They're getting players back. But just before we get to the top 5 and stuff like that, I just want to touch on a couple of other teams. Fulham have
touch teams, do you?
yeah, touch teams, yeah. Fulham have been playing pretty well recently. West Ham, I don't know how they're 9th because they've been dreadful.
They're a bit of a club that I've not really heard anything about this year. They're just proper going under the radar, aren't they?
Two teams that I want to touch on before we get to the top 6.
Touch the teams again.
Stop saying touch.
I want to tickle Newcastle and Brighton before we get to the top 10.
European football has killed that squad.
Killed both of them.
Yeah.
And this is why I wanted to mention it, because both teams have got massive injuries. Brighton have qualified for the last 16 Europa League, top of the group, and Newcastle finished bottom of their group.
Yep.
And they've got massive injuries. And this Christmas period will go one or two ways for those teams.
Newcastle not going into the Europa League is good for them.
Yes, 100%.
I think Newcastle are way ahead of where they should be at this stage anyway. No one anticipated they'd be in top 4 last year. And then they've got a group in the Champions League, which actually is probably the group they wanted, because when you come back into the Champions League and it's been it for that long, going to St James's Park and watching the likes of Milan, PSG come there is what you want to experience as Champions League. It's obviously meant they've gone out the Champions League because it's a tough group, but also they've experienced some amazing nights this year.
I'm just going to throw this out there. That group was not the group of death.
Which one was?
I don't think there was one.
I think
here's my reasoning behind this, right? You put PSG in the Prem, they'd struggle to finish in the top 4.
Yeah.
Milan struggled to finish in the top 4 in the Prem.
And Dortmund.
And Dortmund, again, struggled to finish in the top 4 in the Prem. Whereas Newcastle obviously finished in the top 4 in the Prem. So, and Newcastle won their first 2 games in that group. So for them to finish bottom is actually a bit of a shit show.
I want to spend a little bit of time talking about the team in...
He nearly said touch.
You nearly did, yeah.
No, I was trying not to. I want to spend a little bit of time talking about the team in 6th.
Who's that?
Man United.
Shit. Love it.
What is going on?
Love it. Ten Hag is a fraud.
I told you. Shambles Football Club. Long may it continue.
Lost the dressing
by the way.
room.
Oh,
No one wants to play.
Continue.
Do you know
Shite.
what it is? Do you know what it is? If Man United finished 6th, right, but they played games like their life depended on it, right, and they just weren't good enough, fair enough.
Yeah.
But some of the players' attitudes on the pitch is disgraceful. Their
Yeah.
body language is disgraceful. Rashford, Fernandes, Anthony,
Yeah.
like you don't
Garnacho.
deserve to be on the pitch.
No.
But
I think...
the other thing that annoys me, sorry mate, is
Sorry.
Man United have been dregs for a decade now, right?
Yep.
And I'm sick and tired of listening to pundits like Roy Keane go, but you've got to play with that big club mentality. You are not a big club anymore. Stop thinking that you're a big club. You're not. There's nothing big about you. Your stadium's falling down, right? You fucking, you've got loads of money. Your team's dregs. Like, you've done nothing but win the odd fucking domestic cup in the last 10 years. Stop referring to Man United being this big club. You are a mid-table club.
Is that
And
full,
that's just who you are.
is that full fat cock?
It's on one, isn't he?
Do you know what it's
Who
got?
put 50p in
Do you
him?
know what it's got? It's got a load of Red Devil's dreams inside it.
What you said was about the players' attitudes is bang on.
Yeah, 100%.
Some of them is
Disgraceful.
absolutely disgusting. That, to me, is not Ten Hag. It's not. Don't get me wrong. He's made some shit decisions, some transfers that he's made, some other bits that he's done. I don't agree with, but he can't control what the players do on that pitch. And I watched the Newcastle game where Newcastle absolutely smashed them a couple of weeks ago. Shouldn't have just been 1-0, but it was. To see people like Rashford, Garnacho, Anthony, Bruno Fernandes, who's a whiny little bitch, by the way. So, Bruno, if you're watching, you're a whiny little bitch.
It's quite aggressive, this pod. That's what this is.
What it is you saying, oh, it's not, Ten Hag's fault. And to some respect, once them players are out on the pitch, it's up to the players. I
Yeah.
get that, right? But the players have been allowed
Yeah.
to act that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because no one's made them accountable. No
Yeah.
one's fucking banged them in the reserves and fucking like demolished their character and stuff,
Yeah.
right? If you're not willing to give everything for this football club, you will fucking die in the reserves.
And do you
but
know
they're
what?
allowed to come out week after
Yeah,
week
yeah.
and keep doing that.
It's exactly that. It's exactly that. Like you say, no one's been made accountable. It's the manager's job to make sure that they understand what's expected of them, the tactics that they need to play, whether they need to overlap, whether they need to come inside, or whatever it needs to be, and then they go out on the pitch and do it. And if they don't do it, you drag them off. Like Chris says, you put them in the reserves or whatever. But that's just not happening.
When Mourinho said, getting this team second in the Premier League is my biggest achievement, he wasn't fucking lying.
Yeah.
He was not lying at all, and everyone made a mockery out of him to say, oh, he's bitter, is this, is that.
do you know
No, he's
what, though?
fucking spot on.
Do you know what it starts with? It starts with a culture shift, right?
Yeah.
And the manager needs to be strong enough to shift that culture,
Yeah.
right? But he needs to be backed by the football club. So, like, when Klopp came in, right, I don't know if you remember, but quite a big personality in the dressing room was Sacco,
Yeah.
or someone, the big centre-back,
Yeah, Mamadou Sakho.
right off the bat, Klopp was like, nah. Immediately dropped him.
Yeah.
Didn't like his attitude. Thought he was fucking Mr. Big. Never played again. Swiftly disappeared out the football club.
Yep.
That sets the tone, right? If all of a sudden, right, in the next month or so, it was to strip the captaincy off Fernandes and bench him, mate, it sends a fucking message.
Yeah.
The last thing I'd say on United is
Yeah.
that club is so rotten
Yeah.
from the inside, right? You could put Guardiola in there.
Yeah.
And they would not win the title. They would not compete for the title.
One thing I want to add to this as well is I think captaincy, picking your captain is so key. Because if you look at two clubs here, you look at Man United, Bruno Fernandes is captain, and he has the worst attitude, like you said.
Disgrace.
Absolute awful attitude. And like you said, that will resonate with the rest of the squad and people will want to follow that. But then you also look at, we talked about Chelsea earlier, their captain seems to change every week.
Yeah.
1 minute it's Sterling, 1 minute it's James, 1 minute it's Chilwell. And again, there's no stability in the club. They don't know who's the leader.
Who would you give the armband to at United?
At United,
and that's the problem.
there is no one that jumps to mind.
It was Harry Maguire, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you've discredited him by they really wanted him out, and he was like, "No, I'm going to stay."
Yeah,
and now recently he's been the best player.
Yeah, but you can't recaptain him.
No, of course
at
not.
this point,
100% not.
You can't. I mean, you
For
can't
me,
give it
there's
to Rashford because his attitude stinks.
yeah. There's two people in that club that I would, on paper, I think would be strong captains, but it's whether they're in this. Or Nana, Varane, and Casemiro. Them two would be captain material, but it's whether they're never in the squad long enough.
Well, their attitude stinks as well.
Yeah, but that's probably because they just don't believe in Ten Hag. But they've got pedigree.
I predicted Aston Villa would perform really well, and they are. But I want to know what your opinions are about Aston Villa.
I ain't really got much of an opinion, really. I think.
Cool. Let's move on then.
Yeah, that's it. End
story of your life, mate.
Yeah, pretty much. I think. Again, for me, they just seem like a squad that are playing for each other. They've got that unity that they just seem to work well with each other. And they've got Watkins up top, who's a born goal scorer. They've got
a great manager.
I mean, I've never been a massive fan of him, if I'm being completely honest with you, but he's obviously doing a good job at Villa. Players like McGinn, again, are finding form and are doing well and linking up well. The goal they scored against Arsenal. In that was a great team goal, just from back to front, quick passing, linked in well with each other, a lovely delivery, and then it was No, it was McGinn, wasn't it? And McGinn fired it in, and it just looked really nice. And they just seemed to be playing well with each other.
I mean, playing well with each other. I'm not sure that's.
And it's then
then they play football.
That's bonding.
Is that like touching teams?
Yeah, it's like touching teams.
What I'll say about Villa is, you get one team like this every season. It was Newcastle last season. It's Villa this season.
I feel like he's in a bit of a mood today,
isn't he?
Yeah. They're overachieving, but they do play decent football. But the problem I've got, which I said off air actually, was the whole Premier League standard this season has been quite bang average by every team. Liverpool are top, and they've been bang average, right? Man City going through their usual cycle, October, November. They tend to have a lull. They'll go on and win 18 games straight from January and win the title by 10 points, right? But the whole standard of the league's been bang average. So, yeah, it's great that Villa are third. They've had some good results, but everyone's been bang average.
I do agree with that, because then, like you say, you've got United that are sixth, and they've been absolute dregs.
Yeah.
And they're just outside the Champions League spots. But I do like the fact that the Premier League is so close this year, though. There's a number of teams
makes it more interesting. It's actually a title
There's
race.
a lot of chopping and changing. Like, one result can literally take you 3 spaces up or 3 spaces down. Like, it's...
One thing I'm glad about this season is... Normally, when Man City have their lull, so Man City across October, November, historically, might draw 2 and lose 2, right? So, they might drop out, but possible fucking 12 points, they'll take like 4 points or whatever, right? Historically, when Man City have their lull, teams around them also lull, which is so annoying.
Yeah.
But this time, that hasn't happened. Because Liverpool have pushed on while City have dipped.
Arsenal
have pushed on. So that means that this year should be a better title race than before. That's what used to annoy me last time. Every time City would fucking lose, Liverpool would lose.
Yeah. No one pushed it.
Who pushed the agenda?
Yeah. Agree.
So that's happened this year. I mean, what are Liverpool ahead of City? Are they 4 5 points
4
ahead?
points, I think
4
it is,
points,
yeah.
I think, yeah.
If Liverpool, and we've already played City at the Etihad,
yep.
If we beat City at Anfield, you've got 7 points there to play with. That's a title race because City will come back really strong.
The important thing for Liverpool is we've have to win on Sunday against United, and
Arsenal.
I don't think we can afford to lose the Arsenal game.
No.
Speaking of Liverpool, again, I've done some more planning.
Oh God,
I know. Before we get
taking charge today.
Before we get on to a couple of bits that we've put together ourselves, I want to do a keep one last chance ditch on the Liverpool squad.
Go on then.
Okay, explain the rules then.
So you either keep them.
Oh, you ditch them.
Does this mean we in our opinion we would keep them in the Liverpool squad?
Yeah, in the squad.
Yeah.
You either keep them in the squad, you give them one last chance, or you ditch them and you get rid.
Right. Okay. Fine.
So I've written down the players, the main players from the squad. No real young players are included besides one. Alisson Becker. I think that's universal keeping.
Yeah, ditch.
Keep him, duplicate him.
Keep him, best keeper
Yeah.
in the world.
Um,
We've really missed him with Kelleher goal.
He is by far the best keeper in the world. I know that's biased, but he is by far.
Kelleher's the next one.
Keep. I like him.
One last chance.
I said one last chance as well.
I think as a reserve goalkeeper, you're not going to get class because they're sitting on the bench out all year.
I'd agree with that, yeah.
You need someone. He comes in, does a job.
You need someone who's going to stay happy, and you don't want the Arsenal
I was
situation.
just about to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that.
That's terrible.
Joe Gomez.
Keep.
One last chance.
He's performed well this year. I think when
I'd
he's
say
come.
keep him. He's versatile.
Yeah.
Can
Keep.
play all over the defence. Veg.
Keep.
Universal. Keep him.
Legend.
Renaissance. He had a couple of shaky seasons after his long-term injury, but keep.
Found in form again.
This year he's been exceptional.
He has been exceptional again.
Konate.
Keep.
Keep.
I've said one last chance.
Wow. Why?
I don't think he's not been that bad.
He's injury prone, and at times he's got a mistake in him. So I think
Yeah, but so's Gomez.
He
You want
has.
to keep Gomez.
he has.
If I think for me,
He's not as versatile as Gomez.
he's not versatile, but I think if I had to pick between the two, it would definitely be Konate. I'd keep as a central defender.
What right back or left back?
Yeah, we're short on right back and left back anyway, aren't we?
Joe Gomez. There you go.
Yeah.
One last chance.
Simicas.
Keep.
Very good. I actually really like Simicas
I think
to the point where I think he delivers a better ball than Robertson. But Robertson's
Yeah.
miles better when he's fully fit.
yeah,
Cool.
I'd agree with that.
Keep Simicas.
No.
Ditch.
I'd ditch him. Yeah.
Why?
Ditch.
Yeah.
Get in the bin, mate. What are you watching? What are you watching since he's come in? He's been very good.
I would. I'd ditch him.
Why though?
I think he's another one that's got more than one mistake in him. I think he's average.
But again, Alisson's got mistakes in him, but you wouldn't ditch him.
Alisson's arguably the best goalkeeper in the world.
He's still got mistakes though.
Simicas isn't the best left back in the world.
No, but again, you've got to think as people who are not going to play. You're not going to get a world class. You're not going to get Roberto Carlos sitting on the bench, are you?
No, I think you'd get a better, younger left back than Simicas.
Name one.
Off the top of my head right now,
Yeah.
I can't.
Well, and your argument's
You're
redundant.
ditching him, and you haven't got a replacement lined
Look,
up. Poor
no matter who
management.
you are, like fucking Messi makes mistakes. I mean, you make mistakes. Look at your sliders and socks. We all make mistakes, mate.
Next.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'd personally get rid of him.
I mean, it's subjective at the end of the day.
Well,
isn't
evidently
it?
it's not because I'm
No, it's not.
apparently
You're wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, you're wrong, mate. Next one.
Andy Robertson,
Keep.
Keep. Okay.
Joel
good.
Matip.
Ditch.
I'm going to say one last chance.
I said ditch him.
Did you?
Yeah.
I was on
do-
the fence about Ditch.
I do
actually.
like him. I like the way he comes out of defence and he travels with the ball, but he's not fast.
Made of glass.
He's not particularly strong. He's
30
injured. Yeah,
He's 33.
He's all. Yeah, I definitely.
33 Matip.
Yeah.
In which case, I'm changing to Ditch then. I didn't realise he was that
Yeah,
old.
he's 33. Trent, we know that's fine. I won't bore you with the ones that we'll keep because that's just
Won't
not part
keep
of the
you
game.
would-
won't keep Trent at right back though.
No, that's a good discussion. Would you genuinely make him into a centre mid, or would you keep? Because I think he does. I don't know whether when you actually put him as a fully fledged centre mid, he loses a bit of his quality. Weirdly, but when he moves into that free role, he seems to have more about him.
The reason why it's not a conversation right now is because we don't have a ready-made replacement.
Yeah,
If you had Trippier in the squad, let's say for example, he would be
You
in
need a
midfield
quality
all the
right
time,
back, yeah.
all day long.
or Livermento, just
Hey,
throwing his name out
Yeah,
there. He's
or-
class, by the way.
Or Kyle Walker,
Yeah.
or Vinicius Junior.
Or Gary Neville.
Gary Neville.
Jarell Quansah.
Yeah, keep. It looks good.
Keep. He's young, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been in the squad for a few games.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Bajcetic.
Keep.
Again, we didn't see much of him, but from what we saw, keep. But again,
Is he
why is he
still
not back
injured?
yet?
Still injured, yeah.
Yeah, what's happened to
Great
him?
on the ball.
You said before he's lightweight.
Well, he is. He's still a young
Correct.
lad, isn't he? But
Him, Jones, Harvey Elliott, none of them are strong enough to play in the midfield.
I think we'll discuss Elliot in a minute.
So
I think.
I've said Bajcetic's one last chance because although he's performed well when he's played, he's very, very injury prone, and I don't think we can afford to have that many injury prone
But
players.
on ability, keep.
Oh yeah. Thiago.
Ditch.
Ditch.
Yep. I said the same. Curtis Jones.
Ditch.
Keep.
I said one last chance
Did you?
I like Curse.
because I
Got
think
a right array there.
he's a squad player, and
You need local lads in your team as well. I like the fact he's a scouts because he lives and breathes that football club. So like you say, he's a squad player. He's not necessarily going to start every game, but you know he's going to come on. He's going to give it his all. He's passionate.
If you're Curtis Jones, right, does this not tell you everything, right? If you're Curtis Jones and in the summer, Henderson Milner leave the football club, you're thinking, finally.
Got a chance.
And then they go and buy Endo, Zoboslai, McAllister. That tells you
And
everything you need to
Gravenberch.
know. And Gravenberch. That tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Your future is not at this football club. He'll end up at Palace or something.
Harvey Elliott.
Keep. Like him. Really like Javier.
Keep.
Yeah, I'd keep him.
I think, you say he's lightweight. I think he looks much stronger this year on the ball. I think he's worked on a bit more of that.
He'll fill out. This is my point.
Yeah.
They are not in man's bodies yet.
I mean, to be fair, he's been around for about 6 years.
He's still in the 19.
He made his debut when he was 12, didn't
Yeah, something like that. I think he's really good though. I think he will become.
He's never going to be a stalwart.
I know he's never going to be a stalwart, but I think he'll become a very important player for us in the future.
he? I think he's already proven that with some goals that he's getting.
Yeah,
Good goal last weekend, wasn't it?
yeah. Again, he's passionate.
McAllister.
Keep.
So I'll run through the new midfield signings. McAllister, Soboslai, Endo, Gravenberch. Would you get rid of any of those?
Not really. No.
I'd already have McAllister on one last chance.
Really?
Yeah.
But I don't think it's that. I know where you're coming from.
I think it might have been a step too far for him based on what I'm seeing.
When he plays in his right position, he's not number 6. He's number 8. When he plays as number 8, I think you see him from a better
That's why
perspective.
I'd keep, because he's not playing in his position, so you're not going to get a true picture of what he's like. But he's won a World Cup with Argentina. He looked really good in that squad. He played well for Brighton. I think you've got to give him more chances.
I'm unsure about Endo as well. I don't think he needs to show more.
Yeah,
And he's a bit of a stopgap, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew that.
Let's not forget he was fourth choice.
Yeah.
We needed a midfielder.
Yeah.
yeah.
if
18
not- if not
million
less
at
than that.
30.
Yeah.
It was.
Funny thing
Is he
is that
30 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
30,
already
yeah.
in his 30s. Yeah.
Get in the bin.
the funny thing is though, when they were opening the new stand, Klopp got asked about the summer and he said, "Yeah, we got lucky. We're not getting Caicedo and Lavia."
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Which is
Is
right.
Caicedo still injured?
Nice.
No, Caicedo's fit. Lavia's injured.
Lavia's injured.
Is Caicedo benched? Or is
No,
he
he's
playing
playing.
Yeah, he
games?
played.
Okay.
Yeah, not
yeah.
playing very well, but he played. Mo Salah. Obviously, we keep him.
Keep forever until he's like 100.
Average.
Cody Gakpo.
Oh, this is one I am on the fence with.
One
Get
last
in
chance.
Get in the bin.
I'm not quite sure what he does, like where his best position is, what his biggest trait is. Like, with Salah, he's got a great left foot. He's a goal scorer. He's fast. With Gakpo, what is it about? What is he?
He's the Bobby Firmino.
Yeah, but he's not as
Just-
skillful.
Sorry, just going back, because you named all four in a row, did everyone agree keep Gravenberch and
Yes.
keep Zoboslai?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love Zoboslai.
Yeah, I love
I
him.
love Gravenberch as well.
I love them both. Yeah, I think they're both great footballers.
Gravenberch's is still for 30 million, by the
Yeah,
way.
100%.
And
He's only a young lad as well, isn't he? Yeah.
So Cody Gakpo.
But yeah,
One last chance.
Yeah, one last chance for me, because I do get he's a bit like the Firmino role, but Firmino was technically much better in terms of his ability and what he did on the ball.
Move on, mate. One
I've
last
said
chance.
keep him. Jota.
Keep.
Yeah, keep.
I've said one last chance with Jota. I was torn between the two.
Why?
He's the
Well,
most.
why have you said one last chance for Gakpo?
Because he hasn't really proved himself. Jota's stats are strong.
Jota's
mate.
probably the most consistent one we've got in the top.
How many goals has he scored this season?
He hasn't really played, has he?
Really
But,
played
There
before.
you go then.
but when he plays, he scores. Next.
I mean, that's debatable. Luis Diaz.
One last chance.
Yeah, one last chance for me.
You had keep, didn't you?
Yeah, because I think he's fucking class.
No, he hasn't shown it this year at all.
Because he was injured for about 5 months and his fucking dad got kidnapped. Give the
Whose
guy a
fault's
break.
that? That's Luis Diaz's fault for being famous.
Well, his dad got kidnapped.
If you want famous, they won't kidnap his dad.
If he'd come and live in Liverpool like he is now, then they're doing all right.
So therefore, one last chance.
Yeah, one last chance.
I said keep him. Darwin Núñez.
Keep. Love that kid.
One last chance.
I said one last chance as well.
I think he's one of those guys that will probably say one last chance forever, because he
God,
just
he's
keeps.
So, he's so ragged.
Hang on.
man.
So out
He's
the forwards,
so
out the
ragged.
forwards then. So we've all said keep Salah. You two said one last chance on Gakpo. I said keep him. You two said keep Jota, and I said one last chance.
Yeah.
You both want to get rid of Diaz.
So you're wrong and we're right. Is what
No,
you're saying.
hang on. And you want one last chance on?
I didn't say ditch Diaz. I said one last chance
Yeah,
on
well,
Diaz.
near enough then. So 3 of the 5 strikers that we've got, you said one last. You both said one last chance.
Yeah.
So who the fuck's going to play?
New players.
Yeah,
That's how it
who?
works.
The whole point is we're
Who?
trying to get rid of people that way. Mbappe.
Fuck off. When are we getting Mbappe?
Osserman.
Yeah.
I'd go with that.
Yeah.
It costs too much
See?
money though.
Yeah.
It costs about 120 mil.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we'll get that from them.
If we aren't going to stump it up for Bellingham,
We'll
we
get
aren't gonna
120 mil
stump it up
for Endo, I reckon.
Belly goal.
Belly gone.
Yeah, he's now got a nickname now, hasn't he?
That's one thing. That's one player that I
class,
wish
though.
we did get. I still would have loved to have
It
got
was
that.
never going to happen, was it? He's far too good.
No. So we have created current Premier League 11s, including the top 4 and non-top 4.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting, this, because I'm sure that the one where... So this is our best... It's our best 11s. We chose our best 11s from all active Premier League players, right? And then we also did it excluding the top 4. Now, I think the one including them all are going to be very, very similar.
You would like to think so, wouldn't you?
So here's my problem. I'll go first.
Are you going first?
Down.
I had to write it down because my phone's recording the audio. So
What are you going for first?
Can I just say, for my active Premier 11 where you can include all teams, all 11 players only come from 3 teams.
I think mine only come from 2.
Sheffield United and Luton.
Yeah.
Let me go with mine then. I'll read mine out, and I'm not going to dissect them. I'm just going to read them out.
Just read them out. Yeah, I think we know.
Can you tell me the formation?
It's 4-3-3.
How's that look?
How's that look?
So that means 4 at the back.
Yeah, we know how that works.
Okay, so I've got Alisson in goal. I've got Trent right back. I've got Ruben Diaz centre back. I've got Van Dijk centre back, and I've got Robertson left back. Holding midfield, I've got Rodri. No surprise there.
You've bum Rodri, don't you?
My other he's incredible. My other 2 midfielders are Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne. And then my 3 up front are Salah on the right as a wing forward, Haaland up front, and Hong-Min Song on the left.
Oh?
Hyung-Min Song.
Hung.
That's how us Asians pronounce it.
Right.
So basically, 10 Liverpool and City players and 1 Spurs player.
10 Liverpool Man City players and Son.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Do you want me to go next?
Well, you've got man.
Oh, yeah. I'll go now. So I've gone for a formation of 4-2-3-1. I love a 4-2-3-1. It's my favourite formation.
How does that work?
So that's 4-2-3-1. So I've gone Alisson in goal. I've gone for Walker at right back.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone for Verge and Diaz as your centre backs and Robertson left back.
Yep.
My 2 holding, I've gone for Rodri and Trent in that role.
Right. Holding.
Yeah, so he's floating in that back bit, so he can spread the ball, he can spray it.
Rob Holding.
Yeah.
I've then gone for my sort of attacking 3. I've gone for Salah, De Bruyne and Foden.
Foden this year.
Foden.
Surprising this year.
Wow.
Well, this is my all-time. That's current. Like I think
All time, so not based on this season.
it's not necessarily based on performance this season. It's players that are in the Prem that
all-time current.
all-time current XI.
Prem.
And then striker, no doubts here. Haaland up top.
Okay. So you'd have Foden in ahead of
Son. Yeah.
Wow.
100%.
Anyway,
100%
onwards. Bullis, what about you?
So,
Save the worst till last.
I have gone for a 3-2-4-1.
What, 3 in goal?
No, because that'd be 1 goal kick, wouldn't it?
He probably still ain't got Alisson.
Kelleher.
No, I've got
Vicario.
Alisson. I've got Alisson in goal.
Nice.
My back 3 is Saliba, Ruben Diaz, and Van Dijk.
Okay.
And then my 2 in front of that are Rodri and Trent.
Yep.
And my 4 are Son, Odegaard, Kevin De Bruyne, and Mo Salah.
Yep.
And then Haaland up front.
Where's your width coming out of the back?
Let me just picture this. You got 3 centre backs,
Yep.
2 holding
two holding
midfielders.
midfielders in the front of them,
Yep.
and then
4 behind the striker.
So I'm interested, when you haven't got the ball, who were the 2 that are forced to be left back and right back?
I'm just going to
Fucking
throw this
Odegaard.
out. I'm just going to throw this out there. Why don't you ask Pep because he plays this formation?
Well, because he hadn't picked that team. So
He
who would
fucking
be your
pick-
2
he
that
would
drop
pick this
in?
team if he had the chance.
Who would be the 2 that would drop in left and right when you didn't have the ball?
Well, Saliba would move to left back and Trent would go to right back.
Right,
And then
okay.
Odegaard and De Bruyne would drop to be a 4-3-3.
I'm surprised you've got Odegaard in there.
Good player, Odegaard.
He's great.
He
He's a
is,
great player.
but-
I'm surprised you've got Foden in there.
I think we can all agree that Man's the strongest, though.
Could we?
Nah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I reckon we should.
Why don't you leave
Let's play this.
Why don't you leave your comments in the chat to see who you think is the
Well,
strongest?
the difference is when we read mine out, you both questioned none of it, whereas we both questioned a player in yours, which means that therefore by
Yeah, but
proxy.
ours is very similar. Apart from you've got Bernardo Silva and I've got Odegaard, and you've got Robertson and I've got Saliba.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, Saliba is your questionable one.
Why?
And your questionable one
Why
is
Saliba?
Foden.
Why is Saliba questionable?
Because he's questionable.
But because you say it's questionable.
He's bang average.
I think he's questionable because
over.
he's had one good season.
And they made this stupid stat that Arsenal lost the title because he got injured. Nothing to do with that.
Hang on.
They'd have lost the title
So-
anyway if they'd have kept Saliba in. The
How
squad.
can you pick Bernardo Silva when he doesn't play every week?
Have you ever watched Bernardo Silva?
Does he play every week?
He's unbelievable.
I know he is, but does he play every week?
Does De Bruyne play every week? No, he don't because he's injured, but he got in all of our teams.
Yeah, because he's
So exactly, so that your point's a mute point.
I thought it would be.
But Bernardo Silva is the best footballer in the league. The best football player in the Premier League. He's unbelievable.
I'm not disputing the fact he's
and
unbelievable.
When the pros comment on games, they wax lyrical about the guy. Like, he's really, boys, I'm upset that you aren't including him in both of your teams.
So what's the next section then?
So the next,
What we're gonna go through
the
next?
team,
This was harder.
the next team is the non-top 4
I like this one though because it did make you think
Premier
about
League
it.
11.
Yeah.
I'll go first on this one. For this one, I have gone for
First of all, for the
It does not matter.
for the benefit of the viewers, who were the top 4 that we excluded?
Oh,
so
yeah,
the top
good
4
point.
I excluded were Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, and Spurs.
Correct.
Lucky Spurs getting in that top
Correct.
4.
That's what we did.
So for this one, I have gone for a 4-2-4.
4 in goal.
Yes, 4
Gone
in
from
goal.
3 to 4
Yeah,
in goal
I've got
now.
4 keepers.
Okay.
So I've got Emi Martinez in goal.
Yeah.
My left back is Estepinian from Brighton.
Yeah.
I had him in first, so I changed him.
Then
did.
I've got Sven Botman and Pau Torres and my 2 centre backs
Right.
with Kieran Trippier right back.
You love Pau Torres,
I
don't
fucking
you?
love Pau Torres, yeah. He's class. My 2 centre midfielders are Douglas Luiz. I was torn between Douglas Luiz and John McGinn and Bruno Guimaraes.
You just named the Aston Villa squad.
No, because Bruno Guimaraes, Sven Botman, Kieran Trippier and
I know,
Estepinian
but
don't
you know
play
about
for Aston Villa.
McGinn and Pau Torres and Emi Martinez.
No, well, they're fucking third in the league. What do you want? And then I've got Anthony Gordon wide left. I've got Mitoma wide right, and then I've got Isak and Watkins up front.
Interesting. Some interesting selections in there.
Go on, old man, read your piece of paper. Today in the news.
Tim Flowers in goal.
Right, so my formation, you could call it 4-3-3 actually. I'm just trying to get technical. So I've gone for Martinez in goal.
Yeah,
I've gone for Kieran Trippier right back.
yeah.
I've gone for Pau Torres centre back. I've gone for the other centre back. I've gone for Colwill from
Okay.
Chelsea.
Interesting.
And left back, I did have a Stupinan in, and I switched him out for Luca Digne.
Okay.
Yeah, he could have had either. To
Luca
be fair,
Digne's class.
great shout.
My holding defensive midfielder is Douglas Luiz.
Yep.
Huang. from
Huang.
Wolves.
Yeah.
I've got Anthony Gordon.
Yep.
I've got Jared Bowen. I don't know how you
Jared
missed
Bowen?
that one, mate. And I've got Cole Palmer.
Okay.
Very good, mate. And then up front, I've got Callum Wilson.
Nice. I mean,
Over-
it's a steady
over
squad.
Isak.
Yeah.
That would finish in the top 15, wouldn't it? Just.
That's
A
good.
lot of similarities with me and him, though, with Pau Torres, Martinez,
Douglas Luiz. You're basically sucking Villa off like I do.
Anthony Gordon. We both
Yeah,
went
Gordon.
picked Gordon as
Yeah.
well. I think you've missed out on Bowen there, though, mate, for you. Who did you put in that place instead? Mitoma.
Mitoma.
Yeah, I've got Bowen over Mitoma all day
Why?
because he's better.
Is he really?
Yeah.
How about having them both in the squad?
Have you got them both in?
Of course I have, mate. Yeah. Right. So,
I can't wait where it is.
so my formation is 4-4-1-1.
Luis Suarez.
Yeah. 4 keepers.
So Emi Martinez in goal, obviously.
Best keeper in the world.
Trippier right back.
Yeah.
And then my centre backs, I've gone for Thiago Silva
Yeah.
and Varane.
Oh, you fucked them up.
my
What have you based
God.
that on? Nostalgia for both of them.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, yes, I know.
The combined age is like 75.
Right, I've put Varane
Yeah,
because they
but
won
all these are in their prime. So prime Trippier, prime Thiago Silva, prime Varane.
Prime-
He's basically put
Prime Paul
Varane in
Parker.
because Varane's won 5 Champions League with Madrid 5 years ago.
Yeah.
He's still a quality defender. He's just in a shit
No,
club.
he's not.
You take him out of that club and manage him properly and put him in a club that he wants to play for. So my left back would be Chilwell. Fully fit Chilwell, obviously.
Obviously.
Fully fit someone that's played a minute of the season so far.
Yeah, but he's class. Chilwell is a class left back.
Yeah, but we all had De Bruyne in our team, and he's played
Yeah.
one game this season.
I mean, Kevin De Bruyne gets a pass, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Midfield 4. So I've got Sterling,
Yep. Being good for this season.
Bowen,
Good shout.
Ward-Prowse,
Ward-Prowse, good shout.
Interesting, yeah.
Enzo.
Enzo Fernandez from Chelsea.
Because they've played shite, he's had a pretty solid
Okay.
season.
Yeah.
And obviously I need someone defensive minded in there.
Yeah.
And then just in front of that 4 would be Matoma, and then Watkins up top.
I'd say overall, man's probably the strongest defender.
There's a theme here. There's a
Again,
theme here.
if you're watching or you're listening, leave your comments and let us know who you think is the strongest team and why it's mine.
I've got a couple in the next section that we've got, which is around the perfect footballer.
Why don't we move on to that section right now, then?
We will.
Let's move on.
And I'll go first. And I've got one in here that's probably going to make you question it.
Just set the tone, then.
I'll
What is
set the
this all
tone.
about? What are we doing?
So, again, what we've set here is a criteria of our perfect footballer. And this was anyone in the world, wasn't it? World football. So this was
Any active player.
any active player. So it wasn't limited to the Prem. It was any league in the world, any active player. And we had to pick left foot, right foot, aerial, pace, dribbling, defending. And if anyone's put Kane for dribbling, then you're a bad person. Passing, brain, strength, stamina, and shooting. So that was the criteria.
Yep.
Yeah? Everyone on board?
Yep. Mine's immense, by the way, before we get started.
man.
I think mine's immense, but there might be one or two on here that you'll be like, what?
The one
That's
probably
fucking
is with
shit.
you, fucking Ivanovic.
Is he still current? To be fair, Suarez is still current and he hasn't
Yeah,
made
of
it.
course he's.
I
Yeah.
bet you've got him in.
No, I hadn't. But he is still current.
Okay, who's going first? You, Christian.
I'll go first this time.
Okay,
so I'm just
so
moving my
who have you
glasses.
got for your perfect footballer's left foot?
I have got
There's only one.
Mohamed Salah.
Oh, fuck off. Just stop. You aren't reading anymore.
What's wrong with that?
Okay, left foot Salah. Who have you got for right foot?
Trent.
Good shout.
Yeah.
Who have you got for aerial?
Ronaldo. Best in the air.
Ronaldo.
I've got Ronaldo as well.
Best in the air, mate.
Fucking hell. That is rubbish.
I've got Ronaldo.
Pace.
Walker.
Good shout. Dribbling.
Messi.
I mean, these are old. They're like in the 40s.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Trent in his 40s.
Defending.
Verge.
Interesting. Passing.
De Bruyne.
The brain.
Modric.
Strength.
Akinfenwa. Beast.
He's retired.
He's retired.
Is he retired?
He's fucking retired.
I thought he was
like
still.
3 years
I
ago.
thought he was still kicking about.
No.
Oh, anyway,
Who was your right foot?
Trent.
Trent.
Stamina.
Milner.
Fuck. What is going on? Right, Milner, Messi, and Ronaldo. Shite, mate. This ain't build your perfect footballer from 2011. It's 2023. Grow up.
Milner would be anyone for stamina.
Finishing.
Kane.
Okay, interesting.
I can't believe you argued about Milner. Milner's stamina is unbelievable.
When did I argue about Milner? What the fuck did I say?
The only questionable one in there is Akinfenwa. I put him in for Bants.
Great. Right, Bullis,
Who's next?
over to
I'll-
you
I'll
for
do
this
it next.
first to finish second place on Build Your Perfect Footballer. Okay, so Bullis, perfect footballer, left foot.
Lionel Messi.
Oh my God, it's not 2011.
Mate, he's
all-
Fucking hell, Christian's going to have like Cole Palmer and
You
all
all
these
need to
people in there,
grow
isn't he?
He's
Yeah.
arguably got the best fucking left foot in the
Yeah.
history of Welsh
Yeah,
football.
in history, not right now. We're building our perfect football in 2023. Right foot,
Kevin De Bruyne.
fair. That means, but ooh, I'll be interested in who you got for passing then.
You'll have Trent.
You've already used De Bruyne.
I have.
Aerial.
I've got Ronaldo.
Oh my God, you two are dead.
No, do you know why I've got Ronaldo?
Why?
Because I've not just based this on this season. I've based this on the history of, my history of football from what I've seen and active players.
That's exactly how I've done it.
He has
Yeah,
got
which
the
is a
best.
poor approach.
He has got the best. He has got the best aerial ability of anyone that.
I mean,
that
I know,
is playing.
we'll see who Chris has got.
Correction. Aerial ability of a forward.
Yeah, because that's how I looked at it. I didn't think about it from a defending point of view.
And if you do think about it from a defending point of view, they're going to be shit in the air for goal scoring.
Because as far as it goes...
That's not the criteria. Who is the best in the air?
Yeah, so as far as it goes, Ronaldo scores goals with his head, and when he's defending, he clears balls from...
Okay, when we get onto mine, I'll counter this one then.
Okay.
Pace.
I went Kyle Walker, but
Shout.
I think when I wrote this down the first time, because it's my second one, I think I had it slightly different.
Okay. Dribbling.
I've got Kylian Mbappe.
For dribbling?
Yeah.
That's weak.
I think initially I had Mbappe for pace and Vinicius Junior for dribbling.
That would have been a better shout, mate.
But I think
you've then second-guessed yourself. Defending.
Van Dijk, no doubt.
Passing.
Trent.
Ah, yeah, you're right. He switched them between passing
I don't think anyone passes a football like Trent.
Brain.
Jude Bellingham. He is arguably the most intelligent footballer on planet Earth right now.
No, he's not. He's from Birmingham. Strength.
Mo Salah.
Not Akinfenwa.
Interesting. Not Akinfenwa.
No, not Akinfenwa.
Stamina.
I've got James Milner as well.
Oh my God!
Do you know why?
Two have sucked at
No,
this.
do you know why?
Why?
He's 37 years old and he's the fittest player at any football club he's been at.
You talk about stamina. There's no one that can outrun James Milner.
We'll see about
He'd
that.
play week in, week out, 90 minutes a week if he could.
But he can't because he's old, which makes your argument redundant. Because it's all about stamina.
I think we're right. There's 2 against 1 here, mate. So go on, crack on.
And your final one, finishing.
Harry Kane.
Interesting.
Very similar there.
I was torn.
No one went for Haaland on
I don't
finishing.
think he's
I
a
don't think
great
he's the best
finisher.
finisher.
Interesting.
I was torn between Harry Kane and Lewandowski. But
I did have Haaland first, and then I thought, no, it's got to be Kane.
But I went for Kane.
Got to be.
Right, so...
right, listen up, boys. This is about to get special.
Listen to Chris's under-19 squad. Who's your left foot?
Left foot is Haaland.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Why?
Because it's a fucking rocket of a left foot. It's
So
a
was John Anarissa's.
bullet of a left foot, mate. Yeah, he's slightly better finisher than John Anarisa. Fucking hell, the goals speak for themselves. Like,
Yeah, but
you
he's
can't
just
argue
a
with that.
goal scorer. He knows where the goal
which
is.
why I aren't giving a whole big range like shooting. His left foot is a rocket
He gets about 13 touches a game.
and scores 12.
A game?
That's what I mean.
Anyway, right foot.
Modric,
Yeah.
Great shout, by the way, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Aerial ability.
Van Dijk. I went with the opposite approach.
Okay.
And here's my argument for you. Ball comes in the air. Who's winning an aerial battle out of Van Dijk and Ronaldo?
Ronaldo.
Is he fuck? Van Dijk would fucking flatten him, mate.
I'm
Honestly,
not sure. I'm not sure there's anyone in the world that will...
There's no one that can win it. No one wins a header against Van Dijk.
All right,
I reckon I could.
I see your point, but if you look at how many goals Ronaldo scores with his head, and you flip it from that side of it,
Yeah, I think we've just looked at it from different angles. I've picked who would you put in an aerial duel against anyone in the world, and I'm putting Van Dijk in that aerial duel.
So on this one then, who would you pick? Who can do it? Who can do it in both then?
Tim Cahill. He was
You know what,
great in the air.
It was
by the
good,
way,
yeah.
wasn't
it was great.
Jota's good in the air as well.
Yeah, Jota is good in the air.
But who's someone that you can think of, probably a defender who scored quite a lot of headed goals, but also was good in the air at the back?
Pepe.
Ramos? Did Ramos score?
Pepe or Sergio Ramos, yeah. They were class in the air.
Yeah.
I still think Ronaldo's better shout, but anyway, next one.
Do your finger.
Van Dijk's better in the air, without a shadow of a doubt.
The next one is pace.
Mbappe, and I'm surprised none of you went for Mbappe for pace.
I think in my first one I went for it, but
Yeah.
Walker, Mbappe,
Yeah.
could have had
I think
either.
Walker still clocked the highest, the fastest pace on record. And
What, with the ball or without it?
I don't know, but I'm sure.
Do you know who's rapid? Darwin Núñez.
Yeah, he is.
Do you know I had
He's
Núñez first?
rapid.
I had
Yeah.
Núñez first, and I swapped it.
Yeah, I can't look past Mbappe though.
Who have you got for dribbling?
pace. For dribbling, I've got for Jude Bellingham because he's
Okay.
unbelievable on the ball.
Okay.
Like you can't get the ball off him. You can't get it off him. It's fucking Velcro. Like no one can get because he's so strong and skillful. You
I think-
can't get the ball off him.
When you think of dribbling, though, you think of someone like a Bernardo Silva. I'm surprised you didn't go for him. I only went for Bernardo Silva
You're
at first.
thinking of tiki-taka dribblers.
Yeah.
I think
Someone who's
it's
6'4",
Matip.
strong as an ox. Yeah.
And I think as well,
On that vein, Matip.
Giraffe Man.
Yeah.
I think as well, though, you can look at it from two different points of view. From dribbling, you can look at it from a speed dribble like Mbappe or Vinicius Jr.
Messi.
Or
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
look
yeah,
at it from a close control like
I've thought of close control.
Look, if it was 10 years ago, I would have put Messi for dribbling, but it's not 2012, is it? So I put
2011, it was 2011 a minute ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Who we got for defending?
Rodri. Obviously.
Again, I guess it depends which way you look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Depends which way you look at it.
I've never seen anyone break up play like him ever in my life.
Yeah.
Sergio Busquets.
I mean, yeah, it's a great shout.
Yeah.
Probably Busquets was probably the last one as good as Rodri.
Passing.
De Bruyne. No
Yeah,
question.
Right, okay.
No
okay.
question.
Football brain.
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
Great football brain.
Yeah, yes, yeah, true.
Can I argue with
Ah.
that?
I
Strength.
think one of you went with the same with me, and I went for Salah for strength. Was it you?
Yeah, I went for Salah for strength, yeah.
He's
Can we
so,
just say-
so strong.
For
beast.
someone who's like 5'10",
Yeah.
he is an ox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Agree.
people just bounce off him.
Yeah, yeah. He's a
He
beast.
does,
He's
he does have to
fucking-
protect the ball, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
He's built out of fucking cement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an absolute beast.
Yeah,
Egyptian king.
Stamina and fitness.
yeah. Declan Rice for stamina.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Unbelievable.
That's a great
box
shout,
to
to be
box. Constantly fucking box to box in the 98th minute.
I see
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Unbelievable
fair. Very
stamina.
good shout, yeah.
It's getting
I
better.
won't lie, I forgot about him.
It's getting better.
Did you?
Yeah, I did, yeah. I actually forgot about him. Shooting and finishing.
And because I put Haaland on left foot, because I agree with you, apart you take his left foot away and Haaland's not actually that good finisher, I went for Kane. You can't really go
No.
past Kane for finishing, can you?
No, Kane.
So-
No, so you definitely came third on that one, Chris.
Kane,
Definitely
Lewandowski.
didn't. I think the only ones that you might question, questioned then, you was pretty happy with the back ender, man. I think we just looked at a few of the categories a bit differently.
Yeah, and I guess it,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
depends how you look at it. It depends if you look at dribbling from a close control point of view or a running past someone dribbling point of view.
Yeah.
I think there's different ways to look at it. Aerial ability, do you look at it from a forward perspective, a defending perspective? Depends which way you look at it. But
Yeah.
I think what we will have done, for those of you that are watching on YouTube, I would have flashed up the list or the teams while I was talking about them. But equally, if you want to comment in the comments about what your teams would be or what your perfect footballer would look like, then we will have a look at them and see if you're shit as well.
Yeah, we'll slate him on the next pod.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, great.
But yeah,
Episode 7.
Is that
episode
it?
7
In the bag?
books.
In the bag.
Yeah.